Good evening, and welcome to my presentation. My name is Stephen Lovejoy, and today I will be talking to you about leadership traits. How do you view them? I will first begin my story just talking about point guards and how they demonstrate leadership on and off the basketball court. I believe I'm going to give some. I'm going to give some very credible uh, experiences. Some from myself, some from my favorite basketball players, and try to combine them all together to give you a true leadership experience. I believe the audience will take away from this presentation strong um, citizenship skills or citizenship traits, um, and develop a better character as far as presenting yourself and striving to become that great leader and what it takes to become that great leader. Um, Myself, I played basketball for about 16 years. I played in high school. I made all region, and one of my job was a point guard, and my duty as a point guard on the team was to make sure that I controlled the tempo of the game. I had to control my teammates. I had to make sure that they were comfortable and in sync with the plays, and I just had to control the tempo of the game, never letting the game get away from us, making sure that we take positive and smart shots, controlling the time management of the clock, just all types of things that you have to really think about when you're a point guard. Um, as far as off the court, I had to still use those same leadership skills. I was a tutor, so I tutored second grade students, and you take those same leadership traits as controlling the tempo. I had to control the tempo and how they were actually, how I actually taught them, and the information and knowledge that I gave them. I had to really control that aspect of it to make sure that everything that I was doing was in a benefit. It was benefiting them, and it's one of those things. As a leader, you always have to be able to control the atmosphere because you have people that are looking up to you and they expect for you to be able to lead them in a way, in a positive way, and lead them to victory or whatever the goal may be at hand. Um, Also, another one of the key main points is knowing your players. Excuse me for a second. It's knowing what plays to run. As a point guard, you have to know what plays to run when you're on the court, because it depends on what kind of defense that comes at you. You can have a team play you in a 2-3 zone. That is when you have 2 point guards up at top, and then you have the center in the middle, and then you have the forwards on the wings. Um, and you have to be prepared to know what offensive play that you're going to run against it. Or they could switch from the zone and go straight man. So you have to be able to adjust to that. Whether you may run a flex, you usually run a flex offense against a man defense. Um, so it's very good. It's very benevolent. It behooves you to know what plays to run so that you can actually lead your team to victory. Far it's the same as when you're off the court too. You have to know how to conduct yourself and carry yourself as a leader. Know how to actually, like I said, control the information that you are presenting to people. I mean, like by information, it's just you know doing kind acts. All it's basically community service. You're always finding ways to connect with the world around you and your fans and everyone else. You want to always have people to you want to be able to connect with them. So you have to be able to control. Uh, that goes back to knowing how to. Same as saying knowing how to run a play is what I'm saying is just basically knowing how to engage your audience and knowing how to knowing your community and getting involved in your community and knowing everyone in your community, knowing the problems, the poverty, the issues, and everything, and addressing those issues uh, to the best of your ability. My final main point was, excuse me for using a lot. Just noticed that. My final main point, as I was, my final main point was utilizing your team effectively. A point guard has to utilize his team effectively. He has to know, for a point guard, he's supposed to know where every player on his team would like the ball. When it comes to scoring, he should know how to actually control the floor, know which sides to put his more dominant players on, knowing how to, again, just running those plays and using everybody, knowing everybody's strength and knowing everyone's weakness. That's the only way a point guard is able to actually lead his team into victory. He has to know the ins and out of every player, their strength, their weaknesses, and how to actually bring all those weaknesses together to help strengthen the team. And that, when I say bringing them together and help strengthen the team, is not over using one player or just using everyone effectively. Using everyone effectively to help accomplish the goal. And as off the court, you have to be able to utilize all your resources effectively to be able to communicate with your community, as far as getting out parent teacher conferences, just different charity events, different educational seminars, just different outlets to be able to connect with the community. You have to be able to use those outlets effectively, and that helps. That shows what great leadership skills that you have by being able to do those things. I believe it's very important for a point guard to remember what is his main duty as being that leader on that team, and his responsibility as a leader on that team, and that is to build the morale of the team and keep the team together in the rough times as well as in the good times. Keeping them at a level, keeping them level-headed. And that's with any great leader off the court. You always want to be able to help people, keep people level, and inspire people and keep people together. That's what a great leader strives for, and that's his sole duty and purpose, is to bring together that unit and make sure that everyone is working together. An example I have to relate to this, according to NBA TV, according to NBA.com players, Steve Nash is one of my favorite point guards, and a few of his highlights were in April 22nd of this year, April 22nd of 2007. He promoted a shoe from Nike. It was called a recycle shoe from Nike. It was called Trash Talk, and basically it was a shoe made from wasted manufactured scraps and of other shoes. And he made a sneaker. It's pretty cool how he took wasted material and actually was able to craft and put together a shoe. He's a proponent for a clean and healthy environment. He's always out there, one of the forerunners. The forerunners for one of the front runners. I'm sorry, excuse me. He's a front runner for always getting involved with different environment activities and trying to find better ways to use materials efficiently and efficiently. Excuse me, I'm getting tongue-tied today. He also helped raise $2.5 million in 2007 from charity. Like I said again, just displaying that charity. That's what it's all about, giving back. He was also presented the J. Walter Kennedy Citizenship Award for outstanding community service, and that goes back to what I said in the beginning. Always, reaching out to the community, knowing how to use your resources effectively, knowing who to go to, knowing how to run, like I said, running plays, just knowing who to go to and who to bring together to help create those type of charities and those type of events. A few of his highlights on the court: he averaged 12.5 points a game, 10.7 assists a game. He moved up to the fifth. He moved up into the fifth spot on the NBA's all-time assist list. He made 2 game-winning field goals, and also ranked second among league leaders in assists. So that's a very, very great accomplishment, because in NBA you have 82 teams, so you have, but you have over a substantial amount of point guards that are in the league. So to be able to rank fifth, that's a great accomplishment. My call to action is just for people to continue to develop, always trying to find better ways to develop leadership skills. Those are just few of the things that you can do as far as community service and as far as leadership skills is leading and trying to, and completing a goal. There's more ways to create it. We all learn from one another and how to actually to accomplish these goals. We borrow from one another. But just to summarize it all up, I would have to say that point guards are a true leader. They demonstrate leaderships on and off the court. And just my challenge to the audience just to continue to do the same. My name is Stephen Lovejoy, and I hope you got through this presentation, and I hope that I was able to shed some light on leadership traits. Thank you, and have a nice day.